Greetings, people of Earth. My name is Rob Wheeland. I am an author, game designer, and professional nerd, and I am the GM for Theater of the Mind Players, your friendly local actual play stream. We are currently in the middle of a playthrough of a Resection of Time using the Delta Green role-playing game from Arc Dream Publishing. If you haven't already listened or watched the previous episodes of A Resection of Time, you should do that first so you know what the heck we're talking about and going on about as we move forward in the storyline. As a brief recap, when we last left our agents, they had holed up in a empty condo in San Francisco that is called, in terms of their conspiracy, a green box, which is a location where agents can lay low or stash items. And here in San Francisco,
rent VHSs.
Yeah, there are a lot of empty houses. This particular one, however, had a strange thing with a pool that had protection sigils inscribed on the top of the tarp that may or may not have spoken to one of the agents. I kind of like the idea that, like, when we cut back to the condo, it starts with an outside shot and the pool thing has been moved out onto the balcony, but the doors are shut behind it. So the agents have been poring over contents from Kyle Woodson's house. The two main elements that they've gotten have been from his safe, a physical safe, and his laptop computer. From the physical safe, there are a variety of items within a file marked Miskatonic, which includes papers and newspaper clippings and things like that involving Miskatonic University, which is a small Ivy League college located in Arkham, Massachusetts. Fans of the Mythos ears are going to perk up when we talk about that. And then the Xanthu file also has clippings and brochures from a lot of newspaper articles about a specific archaeologist named Harold Hadley Copeland. The computer. Oh, there's an envelope as well, which had a letter allegedly written by Kyle Woodson that basically implored anybody investigating his death to turn back before it's too late. And the letter also had some strange hieroglyphics inscribed in the bottom of the letter. The documents in the computer included information about his travels, as well as some scans of some journals from Raymond E. Merwin, and excerpt from the Rise and Fall of the Ancient Maya, and some scans of the Chronicles of the Travels of Father Ponce in the New World, which is a book that was written in the year 1588. There's also an article from the American Journal of Latin American Archaeology, and a rendering of a hieroglyphic inscription. So yeah, that's what you got.
Yeah, boy.
So now that pool is taken care of,
let's not do that again. Yeah, no more pool.
You need to start leaving things alone when you find them sometimes.
Sometimes you can just walk past the bear, guys.
What are we going to do with all this hubris, though? Teaspoon?
We'll find a use.
So let's go to Arkham.
So I think we should kind of go over the stuff that we found a little bit. Make sure we're all on the same page.
True.
To start, looking at Woodson's very optimistic "do not follow in my path" letter, I think he says, do not do this, but I think with the way that our job works, we just do the thing, right?
We do the thing, yeah.
In all of that hubris that we're saving up now, follow him down the Ekbay, the Black Road into Terror, and go to Miskatonic, which is in Arkham. Right time, Bob?
Yes.
Awesome. And then the Ekbay, but the Ekbay, the Black Gate of Transformation, is in El Cacao, where there's a portal. And that's also the place where the one guy talked about the fish people that they burned because of the bloody.
Well, the location of El Cacao is not known. Yeah, other than,
written about, but no one actually knows
general
the
area.
It can be sort of guessed at that it's in Belize.
That's the idea.
Especially since Woodson went there.
Should we
Belize
be
is
worried?
Big though.
Yeah. Countries tend to be that way, in my experience.
Were you going to say something, Typo? You said, should we be worried? And then
about the people that definitely killed Woodson that he talked about in his letter, but then told us to ignore. I mean, we're doing the opposite of what he says. So if he tells us to ignore that, I think we might want to at least think about it a little bit.
I
Is
find
it
myself
the-
wondering if this key to the safe deposit box is of import with any information, perhaps the original tablets, for example.
Which
Oh, the
also happens
Xanthu?
to be in Arkham.
Okay. Those are Copeland's tablets?
Correct. I mean, we don't know what's in the safe deposit box. That was just a wild speculation.
Okay, so I think one thing we need to think about is, did we retrieve or destroy all the evidence that could be found at Woodson's house, which was objective 1 in the PowerPoint?
Objectively, there's no way of knowing that. However,
Didn't we set fire to shit before we left? Or was that?
I think we just
that
got
was
out of there
time bomb?
quick, just in case the cops.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
you ran. You didn't have time to pull a full Sarah Babe. You were only
we
able
sort of
to-
motored after someone almost fell off of a roof and someone got stabbed. And
Which
you know.
reminds me, there is one other piece of evidence. The statue.
Oh, I thought you were going to
Oh,
talk about the
yeah.
dead body.
Oh, there are two pieces other pieces of evidence. The dead body and the statue.
Yeah, so I'm squeamish. So somebody else can check out that Gaga Baba person that kind of jumps out a window.
So I can check out the body. I don't have any real medical or forensics, but I have biology and chemistry.
Okay.
I have a
I have
tiny bit
them-
of forensics.
I have melee weapons. Does that help?
He may want you in there with him, but
If you need me to count the teeth, I got a degree in mathematics, but that's about as much as I can. I don't know how many. I don't know how many are supposed to be there, but I can tell you what number they are.
We'll let you know if we need anyone to count the teeth.
Cool.
There.
Then I will start looking at the statue then.
okay.
I guess I should use my small forensics skill along with.
Yes.
As a side note, typo, while you're looking at the statue, make sure you intentionally look away at least every 10 seconds.
Oh, thanks, Tugboat. Do you have like a beeper that goes off or something? Because in my experience, sometimes when you get pulled into looking at these things, time starts to become fluid.
We could team up on it and
Take turns?
take turns.
Good call. I think that's smart. Good
Sour?
call, Tugboat.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Well, I gotta be honest with you. I don't have much experience in the field of science and math. I could watch your backs really well.
I mean, after the pool incident, that
Yeah.
wouldn't be unwise.
Yeah, I'm trying not to burst my stitches because God knows it was a miracle that it was done right the first time.
I have 2 doctorates, sir.
Are either of them medical?
What?
All
right.
Hearing this episode, I love it.
So Tugboat, you head into the bathroom where you stashed the body of the electrician. What are you looking for, I guess?
I would want to basically look over the body for anything that either doesn't look traditionally human. And or I do have military science into chemical warfare, so to see if there's any reactions anywhere from like maybe being exposed to something or
Okay. Are you like, how thoroughly are you touching / moving the body? Like, are you like rolling it over in the
my
bath?
hope is to have access to like a hazmat suit.
You at least have like PPE stuff. I don't think you have a full like, outbreak hose thing going on, but you definitely have like rubber gloves and like a face shield and that kind of stuff.
Because yeah, if possible, I guess I would want to probably think about cutting the clothes off just so I can make sure there isn't like, I don't know, I'm looking for anything weird tattoos or growths or,
Okay. Okay. So the two things that you find through this process: one, the ID that the electrician has is made out to Felice Woodson.
One mystery solved.
The second thing that you notice, like you scoop up the body to cut off to take off and cut off the clothes as necessary. And at the base of her skull, there's something glowing underneath the skin.
Glowing?
Does she have a background in opera, perhaps?
How deep under the skin?
Nope. Nope.
Like, it's close enough to the skin that you can see the light kind of pulsing through.
That ain't saying much. Just saying.
Give me a either a medicine or a give me a medicine or biology check.
Or forensics?
My biology is 80, if that helps.
It does help. So,
in case I roll a 90, figured I should say something.
No. Well, like,
Nice strong number.
it looks like judging by the light, you think that it could be, I don't know, something like embedded in her spine or her skull.
Do we have any lead-lined bowls?
Yeah, just let me reach in my back pocket. Well,
I'm,
teaspoon
like,
or
in my
tower.
head, I'm thinking about a way to like cut it and trap it like an insect,
No, I don't think Teaspoon has lead-lined insect traps.
But I don't
hanging
know.
out.
I'm worried in
This-
case.
Are we in Peacemaker right now? Is that what's going to happen?
It's like, I don't know. I'm worried about using like something see-through. I don't know, but I feel as if I want to do it.
Do you want to call in somebody who knows a little bit about electronics? Like a tiny bit?
If you have an idea.
Like I imagine that Tower is like hanging out by the door, because I'm sure Tower's like, I should be in the room in case this thing, like, Undertaker sits up on tugboat here.
Yeah.
So
100%.
So those are the two people you can fit into the bathroom comfortably. Like plus the dead electrician, aka Felice, in the bathtub. So like you guys are pretty well crammed in there right now.
I have craft electronics, so I could probably craft something to. Do we have tinfoil?
You probably don't have anything like that you can craft here in the green box. You'd have to go out and get it.
Are there any like supplies around where we are that I could like gather for him, considering I'm not doing much?
I say we
Like-
should cut it.
One,
Wait,
I
Rob.
say we should cut it, but I might have electronic shit on me if Time Bomb really wants to go and do that.
Rob,
Well, yes.
is there an in-unit laundry?
There are hookups, but not actual not an actual washer
Machine.
dryer.
Yeah.
Is there? So there's nothing for where the dryer venting would go.
No.
Ugh, you're taking everything away from me.
It's an empty condo. What do you want? There's a perfectly good spooky pool. I mean, that would go first in the listing.
A tower.
Keep pool on the
Yes.
balcony.
I think
Wait,
I might
what
be
is
doing
that?
something dumb.
I feel like
Uh-huh.
Full Time Monsters' first album is called Spooky Pool on the Balcony.
Full time what?
I'm sorry, I totally ruined that scene. Please actually roleplay.
A tower.
Yes.
I might be doing something dumb.
most
I
likely.
see something unnatural on the body. It seems to be near the surface of the skin. And I
And-
think we might want to take a closer look.
So
Do you happen to have a knife on you?
I do actually. Are you asking for it?
Yes,
Oh, I think
please.
he's asking for it.
So I hand him, I guess, my combat knife, but I definitely have my pistol at the ready.
Okay.
I just want to slice over the top
Okay. Like
to eyeball it open.
are you going down the street or across here on the spine?
Down the street.
Okay, so down the length of the spine. I'm I'm desperately trying to remember everybody's terror form before I go into how gross I can get here. So Tony's like, give it to me. Okay.
Out comes a trash bed.
Spraying.
I'm good.
It's one of those.
I'm good too.
Just add water.
Pocket trash bed
Oh
for
my
all
god.
your trash bed needs.
Okay. Ethan, what is your surgery skill?
It would be a 0 there, Rob.
Oh, okay.
Was definitely looking at it going, there's a surgery skill on here?
Yeah, same.
Hurts me
Oh,
so
shit,
bad.
there is.
This hurts me so bad that I died. It hurts me so bad.
Yeah.
I'm
All
a
the science
scientist, not a
talk,
medical
yeah.
man.
Somewhere trip in her watery grave. All right. Have you ever actually cut a person before, Tugboat?
Most likely, it's been probably mainly chimps.
Okay. How
Or
hard could it be, right?
cadavers.
How hard could it be, right? With a combat knife meant to kill somebody. It is a little disturbing just how easily it enters the flesh. And you hit bone and then start to drag it down her bare back, and it snags on something that shouldn't be there. I mean, it's been a few years since you've taken a human anatomy, but there's something extra.
Everything all right there, Tugboat?
Go ahead and give me a sanity check, please.
I crit passed.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh,
well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Yeah.
out he pulls the computer chip for the T800.
No, like on a critical success, you lose the least amount of sanity possible. But so you lose 0 points. But
Noise.
you cut around the spot that that you hit. Hook your fingers in. Peel it back. Oh. That's why there's something unusual here. It looks like wiring. It looks like wires. It's roughly the width of like a strip of duct tape, and there are a dozen little bumps along of it. Like, I don't know if you have ever seen like the old school printer cords, like on the serial port, but the wide ones, like one of those. And it looks like it has essentially been wrapped around her spine.
Oh no. This is bad.
A typo?
I don't like how hesitantly you called for me, but yes.
Isn't there something I can just hack over here?
I have another computer for you to look at.
I thought there was a dead body in there.
That's what I was fixing to say.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
light, by the way, pulses along, which is what makes you think wiring.
Fiber
Okay.
optics?
I go in the bathroom.
Go ahead and give me that sanity check.
No.
I would like to find the nearest remote, change the colors, turn it into a bathroom rave. Bum, 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 bum.
Jordan failed. I can see it on her face.
I rolled an 88.
That's Jordan.
You rolled a what? I'm sorry?
An 88.
Oh, that's a crit fail. So go ahead and
Ooh.
take 4 sanity
Oh,
points for
That
that
means
loss.
she goes back in
Mm.
time and rolls again.
How many sanity am I allowed to lose at one time, Rob? Double check.
Up to as much as you want, really, but once you get past 5, that's when things get rough.
Okay. So in a session or just at one time?
I believe it's. I want to double check because I believe it's at one time.
Okay.
Oh no. There's also the
Breaking point.
the breaking point, which is like. Hold on.
Oh, below the breaking point is the break, and I'm not there yet. So
Yeah. So like at one time, 5 is bad. When you go past the breaking point, that's also bad.
okay, I'm not there yet.
Hooray!
Oh, you couldn't have warned me, Tugboat, about the blood.
So
I told you
don't-
I'm queasy.
I don't think that's, and then you see the pulsing wiring coming out of the spine. Like the bathroom at this point is just spattered in blood, but it's the like it. The thing that weirds you out the most, Typo, is the first thing you think of, and that maybe even makes you laugh in a really horrible way is, oh, it's a Wi-Fi. It's looking for a Wi-Fi signal. Because
Anybody got a mobile hotspot?
that just wedges into your brain and you can't like get it out.
Pairing. Pairing.
Bluetooth.
Connected.
So I would ask if this connects in her mouth because it looks Bluetooth enabled. Did she have any electronic
What
stuff
color are her
connected?
teeth?
Okay.
Terrible.
I get closer and I start looking at maybe connection points or if it is actual wire.
When you get close to it, it's no wiring that you've ever seen before. Like this is nothing. Like the material is weird. The material is different. Like you don't know, why it's making that the light flow that's going.
It seems
like-
to be mimicking, like, in my very small medical knowledge, like nerve receptors. So pulling information and transferring it to the brain stem.
to the brain.
Do you know of any way to how do I put it? Interrupt or receive that information? Redirect?
I mean, I think we can look at options. Rob,
Mm-hmm.
I have skills in microelectronics, mechanics, and electrician training. And I brought my electric go bag. Is there anything that I can even roll here? Is this even in the pages of the Delta Green adventure book?
I mean, can we also try firing up a mobile hotspot?
I mean, yeah, if we can find the local fake Woodson network.
I
I'm
will
not saying
say,
I have a lot, but yeah.
well, I will say if you can make a microelectronics roll at -40.
Of my score.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my microelectronics is at 70. So I have to beat 30.
Mm-hmm.
Nice math.
Which dice to use?
If it helps, Tawny just did
The
it.
good kind. I did do that.
I'm gonna use my fancy new metal ones.
I'm sure they're going to roll great.
These were what I was gonna roll for my electronics rolls earlier. So maybe they have some juice left.
Still have the juice.
They don't have the juice. I rolled a 98. So I'm guessing that's a no, but I'm just really glad I didn't roll a 99, honestly.
So you're like, okay. So here's Typo. You're like I think there's a moment where you're about to reach it, and then Tugboat like hands you like a pair of rubber gloves. You're like, oh yeah, I should probably put those on. And you're like,
I think I try to put like a wire clip to try to intercept the signal or something.
Oh, like an alligator clip?
Yeah. Or I don't know.
Do you do that?
I would say an alligator clip, or I try to, in between like the rhythm of the flow, try to splice into the connection with like actual wire.
Okay. So starting with the alligator clip, because you don't have the kind of, you're like, if the alligator clip blows up, I've lost an alligator clip.
Yeah.
I can go down the hard, something like that. You clip it and you immediately draw your hand back because of the heat.
Oh.
And a few seconds after you draw your hand back, there's just a pop, and it goes shooting across the room and like ricochets off of the fixtures a couple times. And you look down after the pop, and the pulse stopped. It is now unlighted.
Shit. I think I shorted it. Tugboat. Sorry.
Better than I could have done.
But you look a little closer. And because you're like, okay, it's got to be plugged into something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, we're into some sci-fi shit here. If this thing is bioelectric, it's probably drawing power from up here rather than wherever it terminates on the lower end of the spine.
That could make sense. I was going to say fish bladder, but that is a lot more logical. Tugboat, I think I don't really know a lot about how people are built. I could build you like a little robot, but I think maybe we're probably drawing energy from the brain for this particular thing. Does anybody else know anything about biology?
No.
Basically, if we can't get information off of it, then it may not be the best for us to know.
Okay. I mean, we at
Sometimes with
least
this
found
stuff,
out.
you get as much as you can from it, but if you jump in too deep, it can be worse.
It's going to be hard to learn.
Does this mean I'm alone with the statue?
I believe I'm out there with you.
No, I think
thought
you were
Rob
in the.
said no one else could fit in the bathroom.
But I bet you're probably in the hallway, like looking in.
Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
I feel like that's a like because I feel like you're kind of like well, I did have some forensics training, so I could maybe, and they're just completely like
Yeah.
like this is our corpse clubhouse. Sorry, teaspoon. The password is anyway. Why time bomb? What stupid thing are you doing?
Staring at the statue.
Okay.
Maybe talking to it a little bit.
Okay.
Shaking it, see if there's anything inside.
Oh, so you're touching it.
Staring at it
Oh,
for longer
yeah,
than 10
of
seconds
course
at
I
any
am.
given time.
Good.
Didn't it suck up blood last time anybody was playing with it?
Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah, it did.
Yes.
Happened in
Yes,
the
it did.
attic.
I was
Fuck.
stabbed, and when it was pulled out of me, there was no blood on it.
Yum,
Yeah.
yum, yum,
Well, there
yum,
was
yum.
blood on it, but then later it was dry.
Ah,
I forgot about that.
So go ahead and spend a willpower point.
Okie dokie. I can do that. Boop, 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 boop. Boop. Okay.
Because you are also overwhelmed by a sense of deja vu, of a memory you did not expect to have. It is humid. You can feel not just sweat, but the humidity in the air clinging to you. You feel your lungs on fire because you have been moving, running, dodging something. And the weight of the idol is familiar in your hands. Like you've held this before, somewhere, somehow. And you start to hear the rush of wind through trees or bird calls, and many people are yelling in some, you hear them yelling intently, but you can't make out the words or the language. And that's when I think Dr. Mandel notices Time Bomb zoning out with the idol in
Am I chanting? Can I chant?
No.
Aw. Okay.
I'm trying to decide if I slap it out of her hands or not, but like with a pillow. Because I don't want to touch it.
It's just like, wait.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, I think that's exactly what I do. I go for it and then I'm like, wait. I look around and there's a pillow on the couch and I grab it and, whap it out of her hands going, Time Bomb.
It hits
What?
the ground. It hits the floor hard, and a piece breaks off.
I
Why
broke
did
the
you
thing.
do that?
What were you doing with the thing? Didn't
I was-
Tugboat warn you not even to stare at the thing for longer than 10 seconds at any given time?
I was running with it.
Pardon, you were what?
I was running with it.
Uh-huh. While you were standing here in the middle of this little condo.
I was running with it, and there were people who were yelling, and it was really God, aren't you sweating? It was super humid.
She is sweating now, like physically.
It was super humid, and you broke
Okay.
it.
Look at my finger.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is her face doing? Is it not good? It's not good, is it?
I don't know how to adjudicate that. Like, what are you looking for here?
I mean, are her pupils dilated? Does she seem like she can actually follow the motion? Is she super basically still with it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to need you to sit down and drink a glass of cool water for a minute.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty
Hey,
tired
guys.
after all that running. We should probably repair it.
I don't know if we should. I think we should just leave it as is for now, right there on the
But
floor where it is.
But you broke it. It'll be mad.
I take off my whatever we were pretending to be jacket and throw it over the statue on the ground and scoop it up into a nice little arm tie bundle. So it's in there.
It's a DEA jacket, by the way.
Yeah.
The statue I'm trying to remember how it was described. Is it? Does
There's
it
a
look
picture
like
of it.
You
in
have a
the,
picture of it in
the idol
It's-
picture?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the idol.
Okay.
with like the tentacle instead of a
It's
head.
got 5 arms, a tentacle for a head, 2 legs.
So
Um,
technically it has
everywhere.
6
Part
arms.
broke
but-
off.
But
yeah.
one-
What part broke off?
the
Middle
one of the
right
arms are
hand.
broken.
hold on.
No, I think the
Um,
middle right hand was already broken when we
Okay.
found it. It almost looks like it's made to hold a small candle.
The upper arm holding the head broke off.
Okay. So now it's not
Nice.
holding any heads.
Well, there's
still
still the
holding
other
one
one
head.
that the lower arm is holding a head. Then the
The one that looks
third
like it
arm
should
is
hold a
holding
candle.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I misinterpreted one of the arms being broken off. So
I mean, if only you had some kind of stash spot where you could leave a cursed artifact.
yeah, but we don't know any sigils to keep people from. I guess if it's not actively running around, smart people would just leave it alone that work for Delta
Put a little
Green, right?
post-it on it that says "Do not touch."
Rude.
Leave it in the
do not
jacket?
eat dead
Put
bird.
it in
Do
the
not
freezer.
eat.
Do not eat.
A small part of me is wondering
Vampiric idol, do not eat. That I think that's fair.
if, since the idol gave you a vision of the jungle, if it would help us find
The
the
location.
El cacao.
I mean,
There
it
were-
might. It might.
Do you think you'd be able to recognize anything from your vision?
Sure.
Question though, I mean, with all of the articles that Woodson put together and that we got, I mean, it sounds like we have a pretty strong heading, anyways. Right?
Right.
If
We
we
could
go
use-
northeast from Orange Walk Town, that's where they talked about where the mounds were, that they had all of the dead people buried from when they slaughtered the creepy people.
And the river.
Before we move on, did you say you were running
Yeah.
with it? Were
Uh-huh.
you from or towards something?
I don't know. There were people yelling behind me.
So
So you're being
probably from
chased?
something.
I don't know. I was just running.
Did you feel like Indiana Jones?
I don't know what Indiana Jones feels like. I've never touched him.
Fair point.
Two
I give
things.
Time Bomb a high five. Sorry. Rob.
Two points I would like to make. One, tugboat, if you want, when you call when you call to basically say we're out, you can request like lab work on these various things. And let someone else deal with it.
That would be great.
Or you could also basically call them and tell them, burn it all or burn this particular thing. So when that may be the next thing that you need to figure out is, are you handing this stuff off or are you destroying it here now once you think you've gotten everything you need to know? Because basically the trade-off is, yeah, you could get more info, but that also means endangering another cell who, can handle the thing.
I could touch the idol again and see if I could get more information.
Because you've done that, you did that with your previous cell. Oh, did I forget to mention that to everybody? Well, I sure hope that that Tugboat mentions it at some point.
I mean, it was pretty suspicious that he knew all of the stuff about green boxes that none of us, well,
Yeah.
I can't really say me because I'm new, but for past iterations played by Jordan Fishburne, they had no idea about green boxes.
I mean, you guys are here. You could watch me, and if I start doing anything weird, you can just slap it away again.
We're not getting into that again.
Why not? I'm just fine.
No,
What would
No.
be the benefit?
there
We
wouldn't be
could
one.
get a
Love
more
it.
accurate location.
Or, and just hear me out here, whatever it is that's within that idol could eat your whole psyche, like
Oh,
it does.
I'm fine. You can give me
Uh-huh,
a psychological rundown.
No.
Why not?
Time Bomb, what did you gather from your first try? Because you just said that you were running and you don't really know anything that was going on, just that you were running.
I was running away from the locals.
Did you see anything? Did you hear anything? Did you feel anything?
They were yelling at me. It was incredibly humid there. It was hot. I was sweating. My lungs were burning from the exertion.
Do you feel like this was the past or today?
I don't know.
Like-
It felt like a deja vu.
Okay. So nothing modern or ancient stood out necessarily.
I mean, it looked like I was wearing my own clothes. Like,
Okay.
not the clothes I'm wearing today, but it looked like modern clothing. I looked down and I was wearing like expedition clothing.
What were the people yelling at you?
I couldn't understand it.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing was sticking out and you can't understand the people, then it might just be more dangerous unless, like, if you understood what the people were saying, I might argue to take another go at it, right? Because we might find out something. But if you don't understand the language, if you couldn't recognize anything, I don't know how helpful that would be.
But I mean, who knows if I just didn't have enough time with it?
Or who knows, if you had more time, you would never come back.
I'm putting my foot down here. We are not messing with the idol any further.
Question, Rob.
How about
Yeah.
we take a vote?
Since like Agent Teaspoon just said, I'm putting my foot down. As a CIA agent and being kind of undercover and stuff, am I being fed instructions by Miss Green at all, or anything that maybe she's wanting me to do regarding this?
Not at this time.
Okay.
Nothing like yeah, nothing. There's no secret agenda for you at this moment while we're talking.
Okay. So this whole discussion, just whatever happens.
Mhm.
Okay. I have a feeling that we might be chased by a bunch of people if we continue down this path.
I mean, let's
Not
take
that
a
I'm
quick,
against that.
we can do a quick and dirty vote.
Yeah. I mean, there's 5 of us.
Who is for Time Bomb doing the thing? Okay. Who's against Time Bomb doing the thing?
Absolutely not.
Oh my God, for real?
I'm sorry. You couldn't really gauge anything from what you did see. If you at least understood what they were saying, I would be totally behind you 100% Time Bomb. I promise.
Well, what if
I'm
somebody
all
else
about-
touches it?
You all do not understand. These things are not normal. They could leave you absolutely shattered after literally 15 seconds of whatever the fuck it is y'all want to do.
Hi,
This
Mom,
is
is
not
this
an
a-
hour.
Is this a risk you're willing to take?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
After everything Teaspoon just said.
Yeah.
We are not losing another member of T Cell this way.
You're not going to lose another member of. What do you mean this way?
And that is where we take our leave of you. Please join us next time for our exploration of a resection of time via the Delta Green role-playing game. Until then, just repeat to yourself, it's only a game. I should really just relax. Congratulations, fellow human! You've reached the end of an exciting episode of Theater of the Mind Players. If you enjoyed our story, please like the video. If you want more games, subscribe to our channel. Attack the bell for notifications on new posts. If you liked the episode, please tell us what you enjoyed the most in the comments. If you loved the episode, consider joining our Patreon. You'll get access to special shows, session zeros, and help us determine what we play on the show. We love our friends of Pat Rayon, and we hope to see you there.